we have one CD here, and that's going to be the base of our Dreamcatcher. We also made sure to have scissors and a variety of yarn. I have my yarn and ribbons lined up here on the arm of my chair. I said this is kind of a relaxed project. You can do this while you're sitting and watching a movie or listening to music or whatever. So my CD has a printed side and then, of course, the actual recorded side. I would make the printed side the back of the project so that you don't see any of the writing through it while you're working. You're just going to at first take one of your colors that is going to be the base color that holds all the other colors. So don't pick the first color that you want to show. Pick the color that you don't mind it's not going to show. And we're going to just tie it around from the hole to the outside. And if the knot's not real tight, that doesn't matter, but just tie it like that. And then because this is a weaving project, we're going to think in odd numbers. So it doesn't matter if you go around your disc 7 times or 11 times, but you want to make sure it's an odd number of times and not an even number of times. So I'm just going to take my yarn and keep stringing it through the center until I get however many I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do like 11. It shows the weave better the more times around you have, but it also can get too difficult to weave if you've gone too many times through. That makes sense. So far I have 4. You see them? I'll show you an example. This is one that I made that's woven, and it's got neutral colors in it. And then I did the one that's a bit more me, colorful, with all different kinds of yarn and ribbons through it. And you want your yarn that you're wrapping around to kind of be fairly tight in the wrap, but it doesn't have to be like so tight that you feel like you're cutting into the CD. Like you still should be able to kind of move it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 2 more to go. So I have 11 times through, and then any way that you can, just kind of loop what's left so that you're making a knot of some sort in the back to just kind of hold that yarn into place. So like I said, that's just your base yarn. You're not gonna really see that one much. And then you can even then trim it off. So you have the 2 ends there. Let me know if you need me to pause at any time in the process. Okay, girls? Rachel's working, looks like she's about there with her white yarn. I can't see Ava's.
You get 9, and then you tie. How do you tie it?
So you're gonna have to make kind of your knot, like if this was the line on the back of the CD and this is the string,
Yeah.
just make like a slip knot on it.
Okay.
And it'll end up getting secure because of the other yarn you're going to add to it. So it doesn't have to be like a perfect knot or anything. Make sure you have your odd number of lines showing on the front of your disc. Are you set, Ava?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're ready and you want to like trim off any excess that you have there of the one you just wove, you're going to take another color, unless you're doing all white, and you're going to take the end and just stick it through the middle from the front to the back and just kind of place it underneath one of the other ones and hold it. Because you're going to be working on the front, but that's just going to secure it while you're working. So now we have the yarn that's in front that we're working with, and we're just going to weave it underneath every other yarn line.
Okay.
So it's going to go on top of one, and then on bottom the next one, and on top and on bottom. Just follow that pattern all the way around. Sorry, mine got loose, so I had to fix it. And it's really forgiving, especially in the beginning with the weave, because it'll be so tight in the middle. And once you've made it around, you just keep going around and around until you have enough of that color that you're happy with the look. There's my first circle around, and then I'm getting ready to go around again. And with this red of mine, I'm going to go around a few times. Is it weaving okay for you guys?
Yeah.
So what colors did you pick out today?
Blues.
I did blues and then neutral colors.
That's cool. Have you ever seen like, you know what I mean if I say a doily, like an old
Yeah.
crocheted doily, and you're like, what do people do with those? Or
Yeah.
maybe great grandma made like 200 of them and now they're in your house and you don't know what to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
They make actual great dream catchers too. I'm going to lift this up. Do you see the one on my door back there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The center of that is a doily that my grandma made. So I made it into a dream catcher for Reese for her wall.
That's cool.
And you can get hoops, different size hoops off of Amazon. So really anything that's cylindrical, you can do a dream catcher with. And the background of a dream catcher is, of course, that they catch the bad dreams, but the good dreams fall down, slide down the ribbons and the feathers to the person sleeping below. You're supposed to hang them above your bed. So to the person sleeping below, so that you only have good dreams and not bad dreams.
That's weird.
You don't think it works?
No.
I have a turquoise dream catcher by my window,
Yeah,
but I didn't make it.
well, that's okay. Yeah,
I made one.
it's not gonna work though unless you put it above your headboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
I
good
know, but Dad hasn't gotten around to hanging it up, and I just have it like tied to one of my blind.
You see how it's getting fuller in the middle with the weave?
Yeah.
It's kind of a quiet project, not as step-by-step as the as the painting last time. But when you've gone around a few times, it's also good to kind of give it a tug just to tighten up your weave. And then obviously you can, but you don't have to use the whole length that you cut. Like if I kept weaving this red, we'd be here, well, till you graduated from high school, maybe college. So I'm going to show you how to switch over to another color. And what I do is I kind of cheat a little with my switch over. I'm just going to tie the one color to the next color. Just a basic knot. And I like ends kind of left undone like this, but if you want, you can weave it in when it gets closer so that you don't see those ends also. And like I said earlier, you can use yarn or ribbons or twine. Anything that's thin enough to weave in and out of your strings. So the next color for me is orange, and I'm using a really thin ribbon for the orange just to give it a little different texture. And as you're weaving, you should be able to see, like, it'll raise up your anchor cords so that you can see which one you're on as you're doing your pattern around. Which is good in case you forget which one's next.
I'm still on my first color.
That's okay. I'm still on my first color too. It's just tied to my second color. It looks like we have someone else join us.
Or not.
Rachel will be my commentator.
Yeah.
You guys gotta remember your mom's recording. Sometimes you can even bunch up. Makes it a little easier to force it underneath the weave and a little quicker so that you're not pulling through just one little string at a time. On mine, I'm at the part where you can now see both colors that are tied together. So I just have to decide if I want that part to show or if I want to tuck it underneath as I go so the knot doesn't show. Maybe we'll let you guys decide. What do you think I should do?
Not let it show.
Not let it show, tuck it under?
Yeah.
Okay. So then as I go back around to that spot, you just want to make sure that your lead line, your lead is going on top of those so that it's kind of making it lay flat. And you'll see it for a while, but eventually it'll be all tucked in and disappear. Hidden. Do you guys do any other projects with yarn?
I know how to knit.
Yeah, we both know how to knit.
Our
That's
grandma
a-
made us learn.
That's a good skill. I know how to crochet, but I don't know how to knit. And my girls know how to knit, but not crochet.
Yeah.
And they did not learn from a grandmother. They learned from YouTube.
Oh. I know how to. I'm not good at stitching or whatever.
Or whatever.
It's called. I don't know.
Whatever it's called.
Oops.
Can you imagine back in the day where they made up all their clothes and socks and sweaters?
I'm glad I don't do that again.
Yeah, I probably added all that stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I went over that spot, so it's getting hidden with each pass.
This is what mine looks like. It's just like that. It's staying in the same spot. Is that supposed to happen?
Same spot on the front,
Yeah.
and you're going every other one?
Mhm. I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
Let me count. 1, 2. Okay, you have 9. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it like, this is how flat mine is right here. would you say that yours is looking that flat also?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just because it starts out tiny.
Okay.
And that's like
My yarn's thin too, so.
so that's probably
Yes.
part of the reason.
Yeah. The colorful one that I did that I showed you guys was done with a much thicker yarn on some of the rounds than, like, this ribbon is really super thin. And I'd say it looks right, Rachel.
Okay.
So when you have this one right here, I went under it last time, and this time it's over. So that's really the main thing that you're checking, is one time it's under,
Yeah.
one time it's over.
It's doing that thing. That.
And my next yarn is much thicker, so I'll cut this orange and show you that one, and you'll see the difference with the width of the yarn. So this funky yarn here, it's actually a string with loops that I thought I would be able to crochet with. I'm not that skilled, so that never happened. It got too confusing. So now it's for projects like this. And I'm just gonna tie it together again. Maybe. And then keep weaving. This is a good way to use up yarn scraps or ribbon scraps. It's also fun sometimes. I don't know if you guys have ever like glued down yarn to make pictures. That's a good way to use up your yarn scraps. Because anybody who knits or crochets is going to have leftovers.
Especially if you make mistakes like me.
Yeah, me too. Like the fact that my yarn just came undone. But this is a forgiving project, so. These would make nice gifts for your friends too. You could give it to them with a card that says, "Make all your dreams come," or "I hope all your dreams come true." Even though it's kind of an old school craft, I should say old. It's not old school. We're not talking Laura Ingalls old, but 70s, back when I was just a baby. It still makes a fun gift today, and it's something unique, especially if you made it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So are you still on your first color, or have you added a color yet?
I'm on my first one. But I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, and you don't have to be done with it because you can cut it.
But this is one of my favorite colors.
So, of course,
I have to make it big.
have to make it big, yes.
All right, you know, last time I asked you, have you read any good books lately?
Not really. Ava's rereading the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
Rereading them.
Yeah.
You're a fan, it's safe to say.
Yes.
She even has a Harry Potter blanket on her bed. That's
It's
like,
very fluffy.
yeah.
Do you have a sorting hat?
Yes, I do.
She has a stuffed animal sorting hat.
Yeah, it's a stuffed animal.
It's like, it's weird.
Yeah. Rachel thinks my obsession is weird.
It is.
Well, that's an opinion, Rachel. So
Oops, almost messed up again.
This is my third color being woven through.
That's cool. I like the beads.
How it makes it stand up a little more. See if that helps. I put a light on in the back.
I'm on my second one.
Okay.
This one's just like a very tiny center because like the white kind of overlapped.
Yeah, some of the colors will dominate and overlap the other ones, depending on the thickness of the yarn.
Yeah. Well, I have a extremely tiny center now. That's okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And Rachel, what about you? No books?
No, not really. I'm reading like the Pretty Little Liars series. It's like
Yep.
about murder stuff, I guess. Ava doesn't like the books I read. I read about like murder books or like, I don't know.
Suspense and thrillers and
Yeah.
yeah. I like those too. Not necessarily gory, but I like suspense.
Yeah. Because then it's actually interesting because
Actually,
I don't know. It just seems
she
more
just likes
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
But I think it's just weird. I want to read murder books.
I don't know. Harry Potter gets kind of dark, Ava.
Yeah.
That is true, especially the 5th book. That one gets dark.
Some of those Harry Potter movies scare me. Now I'm going to green, and I chose this sheer green ribbon to do. So it's not going to lay flat in there, and that's okay. Because again, it does that different texture. What about movies? Any good movies lately? What should we rent from the library?
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. We rewatched the Hunger Game movies.
Yep.
Yep. Do you think they'll come out with another movie?
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Oh,
They
and
should.
that one
That you were
from
talking about.
the like
The
about
ballad.
snow.
Yep.
We got that. Mom bought that book
For our family, yeah.
from Barnes and
No, not
from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, yeah.
So have you read it yet?
Nope,
Mm-mm.
not yet.
You have to read it before the next time we craft.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm only on the 3rd book in the Harry Potter series so far.
I'm on the 5th book, but there's 18 books in the series.
Yes, and I'm on the 3rd.
Quite the big series.
Why do you choose so many? I feel like all the series you read are super long.
I like long series. They get more intense that way.
Have you noticed that your yarns on the side that you weave through are kind of starting to pop up a little more
Yeah.
the further you go? So it kind of makes it a little easier.
So Rachel, you like reading about intense murder series? That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
With a lot of plot twists.
plot twist is fun. But I know a lot of people that hate plot twists.
Who would hate a plot twist?
I like beach books where they take place by the ocean. Beach reads.
I've never read one of these.
I don't think I have either.
Is it like realistic fiction?
Huh?
Is it like realistic fiction?
Or does the genre not matter?
Or does it like just take place by the beach?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Oh.
That's what I read when I don't want to have to think too hard.
Oh.
Don't you ever just want to read a story for a story?
No.
Right? Don't want to work too hard at it?
I guess so.
And you remember those ones that we covered up in there? So you don't even see them now. So they got woven in. So far, I'm up to color 4. What are you guys up to?
1.
I'm on my third one.
Rachel's is all going to be one color.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And that's all right. You can do that. Will you guys be getting a foreign exchange student this year?
No. We might get one my senior year.
yeah. My
And you're a freshman this year, right?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say my CD is about halfway covered.
Mine's not.
Mine's.
Yeah, we're not that far.
Well, I guess it has to do with the thickness of the yarn. I chose some that's a little thicker on purpose.
Mm.
So Zoom didn't kick me off. I get done on time.
This is very long.
So which do you like so far better, painting or working with fiber arts, which is what this is?
This one.
And Miss Ava?
Not sure. Probably this one. Yeah, I like this.
Now I'm tying on regular blue yarn, kind of a sky blue. Periwinkle, maybe?
Yeah.
And it's a thinner one. You guys ever watch Star Wars movies?
I tried the first one and I got 10 minutes into it and then I started playing on my phone. So
I got 20 minutes into the first one, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read instead. So
You're breaking George Lucas's heart.
who's that?
The guy who made Star Wars.
Oh, I don't even know
he's
Star Wars
probably
stuff.
dead.
No, he's actually not.
Don't even know that guy. That's very sad.
I say that and then I'm like, wait, is he? That's when you have to ask Alexa.
You could, Rachel.
Alexa,
I knew you were gonna do it.
George Lucas.
Alexa, is George Lucas dead?
George Lucas is still alive. He's 76 years old.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
He's 76. My Alexa just answered because of you.
Oh, very nice.
So whenever somebody watches this video, their Alexa is gonna go off. They have one.
You're welcome, whoever's watching it.
Yes, we'll watch this.
We may not be YouTube sensations yet, though.
No, probably not.
So we're gonna fast forward it so we have time to do the pretty. So you're gonna say that the whole thing is woven.
Okay.
Now you can either tie on strings on the back or you can hot glue them, either way. And then you can put beads. I have all these colorful ones. You can do different colored beads hung off of them, or you could just do the feathers hung off of them. And when I did this one here with the feathers, I just tied the feathers to the yarn, and I tied the back of the yarn to the back of the Dreamcatcher. And on this one, because of the ribbons wanting them to lay flatter, I hot glued, and also hot glued the tie on back. And I hot glued a little flower to it. You get to use your own creativity however you want to finish the project. I'm going to let you guys keep weaving.
Okay.
Are you going to make sure to post your finished products on the library website so I see them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And hopefully we see some other people post theirs on the library website. And our next project, I don't have the example of it made yet. I'm still experimenting. But we're going to melt plastic cups after we've drawn all over them and create plastic flowers that we can either make a wreath or a centerpiece or jewelry,